Deborah Cedillo-Dugan, and welcome to another City Update. We are at Burton Barr Library in downtown Phoenix to talk about the author, illustrator, Maurice Sendak. I'm here with Wendy Resnick to talk about this wonderful exhibit here at the library. It's great seeing you, Wendy.
Thank you, Deborah.
Okay, we're celebrating 50 years of this iconic writer-illustrator, Maurice Sendak. Tell me about the exhibit.
Well, the exhibit is really honoring 50 years of Where the Wild Things Are, which was really his most iconic picture book that he wrote and illustrated. So we have 50 different original pieces of art, many from Where the Wild Things Are, but also other work that he did.
Now, he's a Polish-Jewish immigrant, grew up in New York, and I understand he got into the illustrating because he was actually ill. And
right. So he was laid up, and he started to, out of sheer boredom, I guess, play around with illustration, and became quite good at, so good at it that his 10th grade English teacher allowed him to submit his Shakespeare homework in the form of illustration, and it's one of the most captivating pieces in this exhibit. It's stunning to think that a 10th grader produced that quality of work.
So not so much a public speaker, but he sure knew how to draw.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about some of the wonderful illustrations here. There's a lot of monsters. Mm-hmm. What's the backstory on Maurice?
Well, Maurice never shied away from dark themes, and I think he had confidence in children that they could handle that they have vivid imaginations, and that monsters are a part of their, imaginations, what they live with. And so he wasn't afraid to bring that to light. And I think one of the reasons that Where the Wild Things Are speaks so much to children is because they can really identify with the monsters, with the emotion that's conveyed by Max storming out and saying he's not going to come back and going off to live with the monsters, and the wild rumpusing, and
that's all because he didn't get some dinner? Pretty much, right?
Right.
That's a story. So,
but in the end, he always comes home, and his mother loves him, and everything's okay. But so it's allowing children to vicariously experience those emotions and realize that it's okay, that they are still loved even though they misbehave.
So let's talk about some of the characters and what's here at this actual exhibit.
Mm-hmm. So we have mainly the wild things and so we have lots of the original illustrations of the monster, Max in his crown and his wolf suit marching around, but there's also some pieces from some of his other books that he either wrote or illustrated. Like, for example, the Little Bear series. Right. There's a lovely illustration from Little Bear, from Pierre, from some of his other works, and even for some of his different forms of Where the Wild Things Are, which was made into an opera, so illustrations from that. So there's a wealth of things, including the only sculpture that he ever authorized based on his work.
Oh, wow. And he died just recently, just shy of age 84. So mm-hmm. Well, we are so happy that Burton Barr and the Phoenix Public Library has brought this wonderful exhibit here to the downtown area. And you can see this exhibit through July 17th, so check it out. The library has so much to offer. The exhibits, the books, the CDs, and I can go on and on and on. Especially summertime, it's hot outside. Come on over to the library and enjoy. Wendy, thank you so much for spending a few minutes with us.
Thank you.
For City Update, I'm Deborah Cedillo-Dugan.